Oh, look at that!
Lake of the Woods is giant. You still, every time a tip-up goes up here, you have a chance to be in the biggest one you've ever caught.
Nice way to start the day.
Big Lake of the Woods hog pike.
I'm Dan Eigen, full-time guide and avid outdoorsman. These days, it's easy to get stuck inside in a virtual world. But the real world is outside. So I challenge you to put your instincts to work, making real memories with real people. Because we love it outdoors. When you're a die-hard angler and you live in the upper Midwest, you either don't fish for 5 months out of the year, or you learn to love fishing for the ice. And of course, here on the Mills Fleet Farm crew, we love it, which is why we're in Baudette, Minnesota on Lake of the Woods for a late ice trophy pike hunt.
Lake of the Woods is giant, and there's a lot of water to fish, even on the American side.
Andy Walls is one of the best young anglers around, and he's also a veteran of the ice pike game.
Typically this time of year, we'd be looking at some brown fields, but right now, as you can see, everything's all sealed up.
It's way better when there's running water. But when the current isn't running, it can be, it can be slow, it can be tough, a grind, but you still, every time a tip-up goes up here, you have a chance to be in the biggest one you've ever caught.
Base camp for this trip is Wigwam Resort, a 4-season, full-service fishing resort owned and operated by Tom Briggs.
Briggsy!
Dano, how you doing? Good. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Good to be up north.
Good. Tom Briggs.
Andy Walls, nice to meet
pleasure to meet you. You got to realize that the lake is 96 miles long from here at Kenora. We're about 86 miles wide from War Road to Sioux Narrows and Nestor Falls. And there's just thousands and thousands of haunts for these fish to hide out. And very rarely you're going to catch a pike over 50 inches. You do, it's a world-class pike, and there's world-class pike in this lake. But it's not uncommon to go out there and catch a 40 to 45-inch pike.
Finding and catching trophy pike through the ice is a specialty sport. You don't just go after these big toothy critters with everyday tackle. So before we hit the ice, we've got to bulk up our gear.
Tomorrow, Andy, I mean, we're rigged up with some doubles and some single trebles. I mean, is there any kind of method to your madness as far as live bait, dead bait? How do you?
A little bit. The presentation, a lot of times, or the way the bait hangs or sits down near the bottom can make a difference. Sometimes we have some double hook rigs here where a dead bait will hang on here much better than it would on a single hook. It'll hang natural, horizontal, and it'll look good to the fish. We run singles most of the time on smaller live minnows. You don't need 2 hooks. Bigger fish, when they're biting a big bait, you might want 2 hooks because they can take a certain side. But on a smaller bait, they usually eat it in one bite. So a single hook works just fine. We use titanium, which works really well, tieable titanium, which you have right there in front of you. It's really strong, fish can't bite through it. It's pretty kink resistant. It lays straight. It's a nice stuff to work with, and you can tie it yourself. You can make your leaders into what you want. So we shouldn't run into any issues in leader material. As long as we can get them hooked and keep them on, we'll be good.
Okay, sounds good.
The rigs are ready, and so are we. With thousands of trophy pike lurking under the Lake of the Woods ice, morning simply can't come quick enough. Under the bright, early morning, northern Minnesota sun, Andy Walls and I are ready to hit the massive ice of Lake of the Woods.
Late March, we should be looking at pretty much bare ice conditions, no snow around. We've had a pretty unusual winter. We still have a couple feet of snow. The only way to get around on the lake right now is either on a plowed road or with a track vehicle. So we're lucky enough, we have a couple snow bears. We're going to be able to get off the beaten path and get to the areas we want to fish, and hopefully that'll help us be successful today.
Absolutely.
The mobility we get using the snow bear is going to be key, and nobody knows more about them than the guy who builds them, a friend of mine, Mario Nazarella, who has agreed to join us on this pike fishing party.
Let's get things unloaded and get rocking.
All right, sounds good. Let's go.
Yeah, about to where those guys are, then we'll just head straight west.
We're going to get set up on the south shore of giant Muskeg Bay, where in the spring, a number of these creeks and ditches create current and attract large spawning female pike.
But this area that we're fishing, it's pretty, there's not a whole lot of structure, right?
Right, yeah, it's subtle changes, a foot at most at, over a 20-foot period is pretty good.
We're going to set up base camp around the snow bears and spread our tip-ups out in a spoked wheel pattern with about 30 to 40 yards between the sets for maximum coverage. Once the baits are set, tip-up fishing becomes a waiting game, and patience is always rewarded.
Flag! Oh, flag!
You take this one, Andy.
All right.
Oh. Look at him go.
Oh, line's almost gone.
Atta, buddy.
Got her, Dan.
Atta, buddy.
It just keeps slushing in here. I want to be able to get a good look at him.
We're close.
Okay. Oh yeah, I see the lead.
Oh, look at that! Yes! Look at the size of that beautiful fish.
Those are the ones we come here for.
That's yours. You hang on to that. Nice job. Let me see that.
And this is pretty much just an average fish here. Nothing too overly big, but a pretty nice one.
You know what? That's big for me. Coming from central Minnesota and coming up here to Lake of the Woods and seeing one like that, that's what, 37 incher?
Yeah, 37, 38 probably right there, maybe
Nice.
14 pounds or so.
It's a gorgeous fish.
Yeah, heavy too.
Yeah.
Carries
nice.
the weight pretty well.
Nice work.
That's one in the books on Minnesota's Lake of the Woods, but conditions are perfect for the flags to keep flying.
Whoa, tip opera! Look at the spin!
The Mills Fleet Farms We Love It Outdoors team is on a frozen and snow-covered Lake of the Woods in northern Minnesota. And Andy Walls and I just set the tone for this trip with the first fish of the day.
Woo! Beautiful fish.
We're fishing both dead and live bait today, Andy. Can you just give us the rundown as far as how you like to rig each, please?
Sure, yeah. With the dead baits here, I like to rig them typically so they hang naturally. So I use a 2-hook rig, one in the front, one in the back. I happen to put them in opposite directions, that's just a preference thing. And we slice them up a little bit to get them to sink and disperse a little more scent. But you can hang them wherever you want. You can set them on bottom or keep them high in the water column. With the live, we typically just use the 1-hook rig here. And a big fish can grab this pretty easily, and it's not an issue of not getting a hook in their mouth. So we just, you take your live minnow, we just put one right at the front side of this dorsal fin here, all the way through. They sit pretty natural, they can swim free, and you usually never have a problem not getting a hook into them.
Pretty basic.
Yeah, it's pretty simple.
Cool.
The area we're fishing ranges from 7 to 9 feet in depth, but with 3 feet of ice, there's as little as 4 feet of water underneath it. We hang the baits at various depths, from virtually lying on the bottom to just underneath the ice. The pike will tell you what they prefer.
Oh yeah!
Still, even with the best bait and the best rigs, not every flag is a sure thing.
You got a...
Ready?
Yep.
It's all right.
Tip-up fishing for trophy pike is a schizophrenic game. Sometimes hours of boredom, followed by a few minutes of absolute pandemonium. Still, creative guys like us can certainly come up with a way to pass the time.
Good costume.
But even during the slow times, there's no law that says you can't grab a rod and reel and do a little jigging. And while the crew and I waste our time playing football, Mario remains the only diehard angler in the bunch, and it pays off.
Atta, buddy! All right, not bad, Phil. Yeah! What do you think of that, guys?
On the jig.
On the jig. Look at that, it fell right off.
Don't show me your secret lure.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Look at that.
We'll grab this bad boy like so.
Only Mario.
Huh? There you go, guys.
And what's the slot up here, Andy?
I believe it's 30 or less you can keep, anything under 30 inches. This one's probably getting pretty close.
So do you want to measure it, or do you want to put it back?
No, I think we get her back in. Let's let it grow a little bit and let's get.
Okay, let's do it.
We got a lot of fishing to do here, guys.
Beautiful. Well,
Yeah,
Nice job.
nice fish.
This is one to go. Oh yeah, she's a dog. There we go. Nice job, you guys.
nice
Nice
job,
fish, Mario.
Like any fish, low light periods are always prime feeding times for pike. And as the sun sets on our first day on the ice, I finally get my first opportunity at a toothy trophy.
Oh, look at this. Sun is setting. You said this was prime time.
It's perfect right now.
Okay, I still feel them there. Should I just put the brakes on them?
You're gonna
What
want
would you
to.
do?
This one's got a bigger single hook, some thicker wire. You're gonna want to hit them a little harder.
Okay.
I can hold the tip up for you if you'd like.
Or should I rest it or whatever? You want to hold it?
Here, I'll hold it like this. We'll give you a little bit of line to work with, and hit them when you got a chance.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You want to break that ice, Andy?
Yeah.
Feels pretty nice. Wow. Wow. I don't know.
Well, let them run. Yeah, let them run. Nice. Oh.
This is not the way I wanted to end the day.
Oh, I'm not crying, but pretty darn close. Oh, darn it!
But this adventure is just getting started, and we'll be back on the ice tomorrow. It's the dawn of a new day on the frozen tundra known as Lake of the Woods. And at the Wigwam Resort, diehard anglers from all over the region pack up and head out to find the fish.
How we doing? Fabulous. Have a great day. You guys gonna get them? Oh.
As we fire up the snow bears and head out for another run, I'm looking for a little redemption. My first day on the ice ended badly, and I'm ready to give the pike some payback. We're gonna try a new location today near the mouth of the Rainy River in a high current area adjacent to the main river channel.
We drilled a line of holes up through the shallows, and now we're circling back. This is the river channel here, so it drops off, and you know what? There could be walleyes, there could be pike roaming out in this deep water too, maybe a sturgeon, you never know. So this makes it a little bit more interesting today fishing this spot, but I feel pretty good about it.
As big pike and other species migrate from the lake to the river to spawn, they take advantage of current breaks to rest and to feed. We're set up in one of those places where a slight bend in the main river channel comes close to a shallow, weedy sand point. Ideal spot for pike.
Look at this. Flag right here. Look at the spin. Oh my word, it is spinning and spinning. Should I take them?
Yeah, go ahead, Dan.
Nice. Okay, here.
Getting close?
Yep, he's in the hole.
Okay.
Come on, baby. It's all wrapped up. It's not a big kahuna, but that's the
Hey.
first fish of the day.
Right away. It's a great way to start the day.
It hasn't been down for more than 5 minutes.
No, I just put it down, yeah.
Thank you. So let's get that hook out. I'm gonna hop in the snow bear here and quick grab that.
Today, the action starts out fast and furious, but the size is not what we're after.
Oh, there we go. Look at that.
Still, chasing flags through a foot of snow can cause a guy to work up quite the appetite, and there's nothing like a shore lunch on the ice.
All right, boys. Get them. You want, Tom, a venison cheddar jalapeno or a... Juicy. This is good eating here, huh?
The afternoon is similar to the morning, with moments of crazy action separated with bouts of crazy time killing.
I can't.
But the fish are running small until Mario gets in on the game.
I don't think little. Okay, well, just hang on. Let's clear the ice. Okay. Watch out, watch out. Yep. Okay. And
That's a nice one, actually, Mario.
that's actually a nice one.
Nice job.
Wow. Now that was odd, okay, guys? Because that thing took off, right? And it just ran and ran and ran. And then I was telling Andy, I says, well, I set the hook and I felt him. And then it just kind of, I think it swam up to us.
It probably did.
You know? What a great fish. Beautiful fish.
Flag.
Come on, Big Daddy. Or Big Mommy.
Now it's at the bottom of the hole. Come on, get your head up here. Get your head up here. There we go, look at that. Oh, do I love this tip up fishing. This is so much fun. Oh. But yeah, these are big fish. Obviously some pretty gnarly teeth on a fish like that, but maybe snap a quick picture and put that back, because that's a beautiful, beautiful fish. Look at that. So I'm gonna send that back down the hole. That was a beautiful fish, and that next one might be bigger. I love Lake of the Woods. Woo!
But despite my high hopes, the day comes to an end and I still haven't landed a true trophy fish. And I've got only one more day to find her. It's the final day of our quest for trophy pike on the ice, and we're still looking for that one big toothy mama over 40 inches. We changed the third member of our team today. Mario had to get back to building snow bears, and jumping in to take his place is pike and muskie expert Scotty Thomas.
This time of year, getting big suckers like you brought in for us.
I had to drive down some back roads and talk to some old men, but we got a couple suckers. So it's paying off so far.
Absolutely, and we all know as fishermen, bait is very key.
We've returned to the south shore of Muskeg Bay, not far from the town of Warroad. We're using the same selection of both live and dead bait that we've used all week. The hope is warming temperatures and a bright, high sun will heat up the action.
Okay, fish. Is he running at it there? Yep, we got a fish on. We got a fish on. So slushy.
Yep. Yeah, let him run. That nice fish.
Oh yeah, I like the feel of this. Here he comes, Andy. Here he comes.
I'll grab him for
You're
you.
gonna grab him?
Yep.
Oh yeah. Get him. Careful with that hook. Careful with that hook.
There
It's
he
a nice
opens up.
fish, huh?
That's a nice fish.
This is really, really exciting. Boy.
That's not a bad one.
No, I mean, just a nice way to start the day.
Yeah, these are pretty good fish out here. Not really rare to catch these, but who wouldn't love catching these all day long?
That's a fun fight.
It's
I mean,
it's still a big fish no matter who you are.
Flag. Is he there?
Yep. Nice one, man.
Okay. I'll be there for you, buddy.
You got a pretty good critter.
Pretty good
That's
critter.
the one we're looking for here.
Andy knows his pike too, let me tell you. Boy, he's a big one, huh?
It is.
I'm gonna put the vices on him. Oh my word, that is one of the biggest pike I think I've ever seen. Give me that. Look at the size of that fish right there, Andy.
That's the critter we came to tangle with right here. Look at the short snout on that thing. Snub nose little bugger. That's a trophy pretty much anywhere you go right there. They don't grow them a lot bigger in Minnesota than that. That's a beauty. All right, let's get this one back.
Yes!
For late ice pike, timing is everything. The more things warm and begin to melt, the more active the fish become. Even this week, over the last 3 days, the fish have become a little more active each day.
Eater.
Now, as the sun sets on our final day, we're hoping for just one more flag.
Flag! Oh. Oh my. Oh. Oh boy.
You got one,
Andy.
Scotty?
Oh boy. Here she is.
Oh yeah, nice fish, Scott.
There she is. Oh, I love it. Wrapped up on my pinky. Oh man. Andy. Yeah. Oh, that sun going down is always a trigger. Hooked just perfect. What a beautiful fish.
Nice one, man.
What a day.
Yeah, you can't ask for a better ending, can you?
No. Beautiful, clean fish.
It's a storybook ending to a fantastic 3 days on the ice. Great accommodations, great friends, and great big fish. It's the kind of laid-back fishing adventure that pretty much has to become an annual trip. Because when it comes to monster pike through the ice, we love it. Continue this adventure by visiting your local Mills Fleet Farm store or shop online at fleetfarm.com for all your sporting good needs and more. fleetfarm.com.